Raleigh, you offered us just an extraordinary lecture today at Yale Divinity School on young people need more than a Pied Piper and each other. What's your notion of the Pied Piper model of youth ministry, and why isn't it adequate?
My use of that term is to refer to the notion that one can, as a congregation, find a charismatic person who has the capacity to relate to kids, more than likely, loves them much, has an exciting, if you will, spirit, has the capacity to attract young people, has the capacity to be in relationship with them, and then has in their repertoire of skills, knowledge, the capacity to do those kinds of activities with young people that draw them into not only life with the person himself or herself, but also with each other. So the person then, as the key leader around which youth ministry is built, becomes the one that the young people look up to. It's this person's spirit, it's this person's ideas, it's this person's, if you will, capacities that in fact drive the youth ministry. Regularly, this notion gets then passed along in church circles as a way, if you will, of buying a youth ministry. You go out and look for someone who has these capabilities, these characteristics, and one gets them, in some senses, inexpensively. Regularly, they're not full-time, they're hired for 20, they're expected to work 40, 50, and oftentimes paid no more than for 10. What happens in this environment is that early on, one more than likely gets strength, because these people are powerful, they're charismatic, they're skillful, and they gather young people around them. They're like a people magnet. What happens over time, however, is the drain of being in ministry with young people drags them down, and usually over a period of 9 to 8 months, they burn out. Not only do they burn out, but the kids themselves begin to center their experience of faith not on the fundamentals of faith itself, but on the, if you will, the exciting personality of the person that has joined them. Again, that's a gift. They get to see someone who is a representative of the Christian faith, who is lively and strong, and someone they look up to, so the faith has a good model in them. The downside of that is the drain on the person, him or herself, and the distortion of faith that can often happen in such a ministry. As these ministries have over time become the model, what we've also discovered is as these persons move from a particular place to go somewhere else, they regularly take the ministry with them and don't leave behind the structure and the strength of having put into place in a congregation something that lasts.